Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is AAE Murphy, author of Viral, A True Story of Epidemic Flu, Fear, and Faith, with a message today for everyone about self-love and self-care. I thought I'd have you focus on the little ducklings. If you have been watching the videos, I've been usually videoing the birds on the back in the feeders, and I just got these little duckies, and I did a video. The last video I did was with them kind of in the same position but in a different corner of the cage. Why are they picking on that one? Okay, you stop picking on her. So this is a post where I try to post good messages of hope for people with fibromyalgia and other diseases, anyone who's sick, anyone who's struggling. I was compelled to send this message out today, so I hope it resonates with you. I hope you find something that means something and that helps you today. I've been in the process of healing, living with fibromyalgia since 2015 when my diagnosis, which was a result of a catastrophic illness that my husband and I suffered. We were hospitalized. He was in a coma for 33 days. 3 people in the hospital where we were treated for the H1N1 swine flu virus died that month that we were in the hospital, just from the H1N1 swine flu alone. So my husband and I had a whole series of other illnesses besides the H1N1. We were diagnosed after about being sick for about 3 weeks before. And you'll have to read the book for the rest of the story, but I have been trying to heal. I've been in denial that I have fibromyalgia. I feel like I felt like I could just beat it and overcome it, and I would have to say that I'm doing fairly well, and I hope this message reaches you, but I'm still not there, and I was triggered by something that happened this morning, and so I wanted to share that with you. And it's all about self-love. My messages lately have been about self-love and self-care, thinking about ourselves first, thinking about ourselves as the primary goal in every day, changing the script that we have been programmed through our childhood and through society to not think about ourselves or to make choices that are not good for us and then suffer the consequences and then go to the doctor and then get a pill, and then that pill has a consequence and a side effect, and then we're just a mess instead of managing our own care. So let's see if I can be clear about this message. I have been thinking about other people and other creatures and other causes pretty much my whole life. It's the way that I was programmed. It's a result of I don't want to get into that because it sounds like I'm going to be blaming other people, but it's just I guess from an early age, I did not think of myself first. I thought of others first. And so I'm just coming around. Thank you, fibromyalgia, because I'm just coming around to understanding that I have to put myself first above all else. It seems selfish. It's not selfish. It's selfish is what I believe religion and society teaches us. the guilt, right? If you do things for yourself, you're selfish. And at least that's what I thought when I was growing up. So I'm turning that around, and it's taking a long time. And what happened was I had a trigger. I have a dear friend who is kind of in crisis right now, and so everything about me says, think about that friend, think about that person. What can we do for that person? What can I do for that person? What can be done? What do I do? How do I help? How do I help? And that person asked me this morning if I wanted to talk, and in a message, and I said yes, and it's about 3 hours later, and I've spent the last 3 hours worried about this person because that person was in crisis, and that person didn't call me as I asked. And so I sent a message, and I said, when you ask me to talk and then you don't call, I worry. And that was such an inspiration to me, because that was my choice to worry, right? So I think I'm sharing this with you today because I want to say that I've been making great gains and having a lot of success in changing the inner dialogue and understanding that everything that I do is a choice. And those choices have consequences. So let's see if I can explain it. If I think it through, I've spent the last 3 hours of my morning, when I should be focusing on other things, thinking about my friend in crisis. I have a gajillion things to do here, and it's been my mantra that I'm going to take care of myself and do what I need to do for myself first. Excuse me. I'm sick again. I have priorities. I have a list that I need to get to, and yet my mind is occupied worrying about my friend. You might say that that's just natural, but I'm telling you what that does is, I call it rumination, right? Cows do that. Cows chew and chew and chew and chew, and then they swallow, and then they bring it back up again and they chew some more. It's called rumination. And to me, like, the theme for today and the title of this is Rumination Leads to Ruination. I can't be spending time worrying about my friend. I suppose when my friend is ready, my friend will call. Even though my friend asked this morning and I answered, yes, I want to talk. I have not heard from my friend, and I cannot spend any time thinking about it. I feel a tightness in my stomach when I think about that, and I have to let that go. I have to let it go. I cannot be stressed. If you have fibromyalgia, you know we have a certain amount of energy, a certain bank of energy that we have to expend on ourselves, getting through the chores of life, getting through the activities of living. Some people out there have called it the spoon theory. We only have so many spoons. Every action requires a spoon. When you run out of spoons, you're done. I had a friend staying with me over the last couple of weeks. I would say in the afternoon, Lydia, I am out of spoons. I can't do anymore. I'm out of spoons. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I cannot spend any spoons thinking about ruminating over a friend in crisis. I have things to do today. I have ducklings to care for. I have priorities. I wanted to share this message with you because I think it's just so critical. If we just change the way we think about the way we think. I've done a video on this before. Change your mind to change your mind. Make a choice for yourself and yourself alone. Buddha has a saying, and I'm going to paraphrase it. I think it's something like, there isn't enough leather to put sandals on the feet of the whole world. Sorry. So, translated, that means Buddha's message is there isn't enough, you can't have enough sorrow to solve the world's problems. And that means not even one more person, not one other person, nobody else but yourself. Put the sandals on your own feet and walk. Take care of yourself. Think of yourself first. Nurture yourself first. Care for yourself first. Think about yourself first. I guess I'm doing this message for you as well as for me. I'm recording the progress that I've been making in dealing with fibromyalgia and in healing whatever inner programming, whatever internal dysfunction I have, and I wanted to share that with you today. I'm making a choice not to worry about anybody else but myself today. I'm posting this with love. I will post this onto my YouTube channel called Fibromyalgians, where I talk about hope, messages of hope for people with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, other illnesses. I'm wishing you a wonderful day. Enjoy the day.